Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda LD Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD, along with my girl Tanisha the Diva Mahomes. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
Talk
doing
to
good.
me
I'm doing good.
about talk to me about Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was good until the Giants played, and then
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Who did
not.
they play again? Who did they play again?
I refuse to say it. I have on my armor today, so I'm wearing all my Giants gear. I was trying to put on some socks, some sweats, a coat, all that stuff, because we gotta get ready for these. As my
Well,
sister
since
would
they
call them,
played
what
last
total?
Thursday, did you take some aspirin for their headache? Okay, all
I
right.
did.
Okay, because the arm is a little late to the game, but
You
it's
right.
all
I should
good.
have had it on there. I should have had it on there. So I got to give
Yes,
it to
ma'am.
you. You got us twice this year.
Yes,
Nothing I
ma'am.
can say about it. Do about it. You got us twice. So
I just
we
want
got
to say though, I do you remember the week prior when y'all were talking so bad about me, like y'all just went full throttle, all the Giants fans that I hang out with every week, and y'all were talking bad, just reckless. Your sister, TR, everybody was in on it. Y'all were
Oh
just
yeah, we
clowning
gonna
me.
stay in
And
on it.
what
We
did
will
I
not
tell
root for the
y'all? Did I
Cowboys.
hold my chin up?
You did.
What I tell y'all? We gonna reconvene next week.
And I'm
That's what
giving
I
you your
meant.
props. I'm giving you your
All right. I'm gonna
props.
let you. I'm gonna let you
So
make it. I ain't gonna do you dirty.
yeah, I
I
give
held
it to
that
you.
up for
Here
like
you go.
baby boy. I held it up though. I
There you
knew
go.
it.
There go your props.
Yeah, thank you. Let's
Um,
get it then. All right, then.
yeah.
Just as long as you're
So
willing to admit.
I ain't gonna hate like you was hating. I don't go
No,
into
no,
hate
no, no.
mode. Yeah, I
No,
can't
you was
stand them,
hating
but I'm
though.
going to
Yeah,
hate
you
mode.
was
Yeah.
hating. You was hating.
I'm worried
I'm
about
gonna let
I'm
you
worried
slide.
about us going in and playing the as my sister would say, the commandos.
Right? I was like, we can't let that on. We can't let it on the show. Not the
No,
commandos.
couldn't let us slide.
We
But
can't
yeah,
handle it.
I'm a little worried about that. Y'all shouldn't be worried about who y'all playing Indy. So
You know what? I don't think the Commandos got y'all. You know what I mean? I think y'all gonna bounce back. This is
I,
the week. I know Taylor Heineke. Everybody loves him. He's like the Rudy of the NFL right now. Everybody rooting
yeah,
for him. But I think that this is where you guys come back and y'all get back on your feet and y'all bounce back and y'all make the Commandos realize that they are last in the division. I
yeah, that's
really
what
do.
we need.
I
That's what
believe
we
this
need.
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
So
folks,
I'll
we
be going.
digress. Go
Let's
ahead.
get it.
Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying
digress. All
this.
right.
This is 1 week I will actually swallow my pride and say I think the Giants gonna win. All
Okay,
right,
I
go ahead.
appreciate that. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. No
So
problem.
we digressed a little bit, but we for the show today we're gonna talk about a little FIFA, the AFC division standing, something a little different this week. The NFC division, conference. All the
Hmm.
conferences in the AFC, all the conferences in the NFC. Deshaun Watson's return. Of course, we're gonna talk about
Oh,
Brittany Griner, her
absolutely.
detainment, and what's going on there, some other things that are going there. So let's jump right in. The men, the US men pulled it off, right? They
Yes,
made it through to
absolutely,
nothing. That was
absolutely.
that was a tough.
Tighter than
Hey, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, tighter than it had to be. I mean, we talked about the U.S. team's history. I'll take any win that we can get at this point. But yeah, that
The
was
U.S.
that was
men's history.
yeah, that was rough. That was rough, but I'll take it. Like I said, a win is a win is a win. I'll take it.
Yeah, and dude that scored the one that scored the goal. I mean, he sacrificed a lot, right? So he was hurt. He was in the hospital, but he said he'd be back. That was a rough one, but they got it through. Because I was a little nervous about them. We tied, and then we couldn't score. So it was like, come on, where's it at? And we had so many chances. I mean, I watched that
Absolutely.
match. I was on edge. I was like, why can't we get that? Why can't we get that? And we
Hmm.
got it when we. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Bless
We
you.
got it when we
Bless you.
needed to. Thank you. But at the end there, Iran was right there. They were right
Hmm.
there. They had a lot of
Oh,
shots.
Excuse me. You
Oh,
have misspoken.
what
Iran.
is it? Iran?
Didn't you learn from Tyler Adams? That's not how you pronounce that. No, ma'am. We got to get that right. Iran.
Iran. Iran? Iran.
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 Iran. Iran.
Iran.
Iran.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
say
that was
that
kind of
right.
crazy
Let's get
too.
that right there. Iran.
Yeah,
But I
that
would
was
like to
crazy
say
too.
that I was very proud of the captain of the team because he handled that with so much class.
He
He
did.
acknowledged that he made a mistake, and you never want to disrespect, a country and the pronunciation of their name. And I love the fact that he acknowledged he made a mistake. But when they threw the whole, racism question at him, he let him know it's no different than any other country. We
Yeah.
got everybody's
They were
got
baiting him.
yeah
They
they
were baiting them because they had started it the
Mhm.
night before, right? Well, that's when it all started with the flag and the this, and they wanted us disqualified. So, I mean,
Mhm.
those players have their own things that they have to deal with because the country wasn't happy with them.
Yeah,
They
they didn't
stood
want to
up for a
play.
couple of things. So just the too much politics got into the game. But like you said, I think he handled himself. The captain handled himself very
Very
well in
proud of
that
you,
interview.
Tyler. Very,
Yep.
very proud of you.
So, but we coming up. We got to play the Netherlands on December the 3rd, I believe it is.
Okay.
And it was some, you always rooting for. I kind of root for the underdogs on some of
USA.
these. Yeah, I'm going for USA all the way. Anybody we're
Yeah,
playing, I'm going for USA. But some of these other matches, I just root
I
for those
know.
underdogs. That just haven't made it. I
Absolutely.
saw I saw Mexico drop today, which was a surprise. They were shocked. That hurt
They
them.
won. They won 2-1, but they
They
won two
they
to
didn't need
one.
them to score that goal.
Yeah, but that last little score when they jumped in there at the end that cost them, so they're eliminated. So
It
I
did.
mean,
That hurt.
yeah.
That's gotta hurt. You wait 4 years to do such as like going to the Olympics, right? You wait 4 years to do something. You haven't been there, and you're right there. You're right there, and
Mhm.
then at the
That
last,
close.
minute of a 90 something, because all of them go
Mhm.
overtime, right? 90 something minute match, and you lose it. That's tough to watch.
It is.
It's tough to handle. You just feel bad for anybody going through that. Sometimes some of those
Absolutely.
matches are so tight, and when they go down to the end, you don't want anybody to lose. So,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's been fun watching it. I'm enjoying it. Like I was listening to some
And
people say,
yeah,
"Mhm.
the acting.
Oh,
Yeah, I told y'all before it started. We going and the Oscar goes too. It is
yeah."
not let down. We got some people falling out left and right, ain't we? I love it.
I,
I
the
love it
funny
though.
thing is
It's
it is the replays where they don't even get touched, and
you
then they
need
go
you
down and they're like
yeah,
grimacing, and yeah, and the ones that really get hurt is they're not even that they ain't got time to act, so it's not even
exactly.
that bad. So it's so
I can't
crazy.
wait till we wrap it all up and we get those, that final clip and somebody put it all together and we get to see people falling out and ain't nobody near them. It's gonna be great. So,
Yeah,
but yes,
yeah,
I'm happy about the U.S. hanging in there and getting through. And all we can do is hope for the best. But yeah, it's been fun.
and
It's been entertaining and it's been some upsets. So it's kind of how you want it to be. It's always
And the one
exciting.
thing before we move on to football that I wanted to bring up, I was watching the match and the guy kicked it and Ronaldo went up to hit it. It did not touch his head. It didn't do anything. You can see it on all but he swears in the locker room. He's like, that was his. It
He
was a
got
header. Never touched him.
yeah,
But they gave him credit
not.
for it. I don't know if they changed it, but they gave him credit for it. I was like,
He
dude,
can't he
come on,
can't
it's
change.
team.
It's like that lie when you gotta ride with that lie. You just die with that lie. He gonna die with it. Like yeah,
Yeah.
But sir, we have yeah.
Mm-mm.
It got me. It got me.
Not a
Yeah,
hair
yeah,
move. Not a hair
yeah.
move.
We got it.
All right, let's jump into this AFC conference here. We got some races coming up.
Yeah,
Some
we
good
do.
games coming up. Let's start with the AFC East. Got Miami in the lead,
hmm
then Buffalo, New York, and New England. What you think?
I think Miami is gonna beat Buffalo when they
Okay.
play again. I think Miami's that division is Miami's, and I truly believe that. I have no reason not to. Tua hadn't lost a game since he's been back. He hadn't lost a game since he's played. I have no reason to think anything's going to change. I mean, I know Buffalo is an amazing team, and do not mistake what I'm saying. Buffalo can absolutely give Miami the business, but what I'm saying to you is, I think when you get that confidence that Miami is carrying, I mean, I just watched the coach sit here and tell us how he put a 700 clip, 700 clips or something of Tua doing amazing things because Tua had it fixed in his head that he sucked. or he wasn't sure about himself. And the first thing he did was go in and put together this video clip of all the great things that Tua could do, and told him, listen, you are that guy. We just need to show you how to utilize the abilities that you have. And when you have a person who was doubting themselves and now they truly believe that they are who they thought they were, I mean, I'm riding with that. I mean, he did what he needed to do. He was the coach that apparently Tua needed whispering in his ear. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about Brian Flores, but you can go back and look at the whole lawsuit and see that he was under duress from management to bench him and replace him with other quarterbacks. But Tua's the man over there. I'm happy to see him. I'm excited to see what he's going to produce. For the rest of the year. He's definitely in the MVP conversation. He's definitely a Pro Bowler this year. And it's going to be exciting. I love it. And I'm extremely excited about that matchup again because they got the best of the Bills. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep, I think I don't doubt Miami. I like Miami. I like the Jets. The Jets can go in there on any given day and mess up anybody. New England,
Mike White?
I don't give them a chance to come out and do anything to hurt any of those top three. But Buffalo, I'm not gonna count them out. I know you're not
Mm-mm.
counting them out either. I think they may come away with the division. I think because at this point they have reset. And
Okay.
I think this Linda's opinion, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they've reset. They've got over that Chiefs, beating the Chiefs high. Realize it didn't mean anything, last year. It doesn't mean anything until it really counts, and it didn't count then.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some of those things they're gonna reset. I like their coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
When I say I like them, they know what they're doing. So you reset them, with the mindset. But Miami's tough. Miami's tough. You got Waddle, you got Hill, you got Tua playing well, you got Jeff Wilson Jr. there now. I mean, they got
Mm-hmm.
a lot of pieces that they needed defensively. Also, they've got some things.
Absolutely.
So that's a team. That's a scary team. All right, we beat that one to death. I do want to give a shout out to Mike White. I mean,
That's what I just said, Mike
yeah,
White, dude. What about that? I mean,
yeah,
getting out there and taking every advantage of the opportunity they had on him. I know Zach Wilson was sitting over there like,
yeah. That
it's
was
not
that
good.
was
It's
tough.
not
I
good.
heard some real hot takes this week that didn't make sense to me. And I hate these takes because they happen every week. Like, you'll hear Pat against, Josh if they playing. Neither one of them played defense. So they were
Mm-hmm.
making a
Nobody.
comment about, Mike White. He didn't play against Justin Fields. Well, he doesn't play Justin Fields. He played Chicago's defense, and he played Chicago's defense well, and they put up points. So
Extremely well.
yeah, hats
It's
off
about
to
as
him,
good as you
bad
can
weather.
play him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Uh,
don't know how you walk away from Mike White's performance and you're not on some sort of high. He did
yeah.
exactly what he was supposed to do. He went in there and showed that the Jets have everything they need to compete in that division, and just maybe Zach isn't mature enough at this point to do that. Like I said, I saw Robert, go in there and say our goal is to get Zach back in, but let Mike White keep playing like this, and Zach gonna be at the very end of the bench.
Yep. Well, he didn't
You hear
even
me?
dress, but yeah. All right, let's
Yeah.
jump over to the AFC North, right? We got over there. We got Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh.
Who you
We
got?
Pitt. I just got well, Pitt. I'm not even. Baltimore and Cincinnati. I mean, Baltimore just has not done it for me this year. I don't know what's missing, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on. I know they've suffered injuries and all that. I watching that game on Sunday was like, come on, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Justin Tucker's going to only do so much, right? So 67-yard field goal, he misses that. Nothing on him. It should have never got to that point where
Mm-hmm.
you're kicking field goals the whole time. So I don't know. Baltimore doesn't come out one of these games with some fire where I can see, okay, yep, there it is. And I haven't seen that yet. So
So it's kind of scary because Baltimore has sort of been just doing enough to get by. So I'm not sure how I want to look at that. Do they catch on fire and then boom, it all comes together, or are we getting kind of the best of Baltimore and it trickles down the other way? But what I do know is that Jamar Chase is back this week. The Bengals are getting healthier,
mm-hmm.
and if I had to pick, I'm gonna say the Bengals are gonna come out of that division because they were able to hang in there while Chase was out there getting his, getting rehabbed on his hip. And if he gets healthy, it's a problem. It's a problem
Oh, I
because
think so too.
the Ravens are not going to beat the Bengals with the way they're playing now. I mean,
Absolutely not. I
no,
agree with
that's
that.
not going to happen.
You
And
got
you know
Cleveland.
how I love Lamar, so yeah.
Yeah. You got Cleveland hanging in there, but Cleveland's 4-7, and so is Pitt 4-7. I just
Well,
don't see them doing anything.
well,
Even
well
with we're gonna talk about that later on. We're gonna talk about him
okay,
coming back later on.
okay,
I just
okay,
don't see them going on that run. But we'll talk about Watson coming back. Let's
okay.
skip over to Tennessee, Indy, Jacksonville, and Houston. Houston, okay. We don't even have to talk about that. They're done. Tennessee, um,
Hit him with the
I
gun.
yeah, they're
Tennessee,
done.
yeah,
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
it's like Indy is like in every game, but Matt Ryan, I'm looking at Matt. I had to look it up to see how old he was. And Matt Ryan, this would probably be Matt Ryan's last year.
How old is Matt Ryan?
37.
No, he is not.
He's 37, and he looked like a 50-year-old man running down the field.
Well, I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me.
But
But he looked like
it's
he done
just,
had 2 knee replacements.
yeah. I mean, it's just like running, if you running with your legs stiff, like you're not bending your knees, just running, and he doesn't. I mean, I feel bad. You got Jonathan Taylor there, who's like, top running back,
Help me,
and it's like, give me something. And the receivers, I mean, he's throwing it up. He threw some up, and they were in that game. They were close in that game. Jeff Saturday.
Pittman. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what Jeff Saturday was doing. You had 3 timeouts and you let what
dude.
40 seconds,
Oh
30 seconds
my.
run off the clock. I was like in here
I
screaming, like, call a timeout.
Dude, Troy. Everybody. I'm like, you ain't got nobody listening to Troy Aikman live that can whisper down to him and tell him to time out. Like the most
He's
egregious mismanagement of a clock that I've
and Troy.
seen in 2022. It was horrific to watch.
Yeah, I thought
I was
I
like,
thought the
damn, I
coach
guess I can
Hackett
be a
from
coach.
Denver
I
had
know to
that,
call the
but
timeout.
he just he just beat him on that.
Oh
But
man, it was
it
horrible.
was like Troy said. Troy said, "Oh, he's got people in his ear, and they're probably telling him not." Dude, I'm not even a head
Dude.
coach. Everybody in the world knew, call a timeout. You've got 3 timeouts left. 3rd down, you got to convert this to 4th down. You still got time.
Linda, listen.
So I didn't understand
Troy
that.
made more excuses than the convict for him.
Yes,
Listen, it was if there was no better situation than to prove that you absolutely need to know what's going on when you when to be a coach. He was oblivious. I ain't see him get a drop of excitement, not like look around
nothing.
like should
It
I
was
be
like he just
nothing.
listening.
He was complete. He was like, uh
he
breaker
looked like
19.
he looked
Breaker
like
breaker 19.
Lieutenant
Do you hear
Uhura
me?
from Star Trek.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I was just like, what is going on right now? I could not
Yeah,
believe it. It was just hard to watch. It was hard to watch. And it was even harder to listen to Troy Aikman and Buck make
making
excuses for him.
excuses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Nobody had that. We
Tennessee,
didn't have, yeah, that was
we
horrible.
know Tennessee's coming out of the AFC South because there's
Absolutely.
nobody else that could.
Absolutely.
I would say Jacksonville, but they're still not right. They're still not there. And we got the AFC West.
Now, there's some promise in Jacksonville, though. It's clear
There is,
Trevor's. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I see a
I just don't
whole
think they're
lot
gonna
of
do it
growth in
this year.
Trevor.
But I think, and
Yeah,
they won the game, and I like the way they won it. I like the coach having confidence in them, go for the 2, all of that. So,
absolutely. Absolutely.
good
Trevor
on
is
them.
definitely on his way up, and you got to hear that teammate talk. I don't know if you saw that clip, but the one of his teammates was on there talking about the fact that he had to deal with Urban Meyer. Like he just went he went all the way
Yeah,
in, and I
another
was like,
mistake.
God,
Yeah,
dog, we feeling that good? Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
Trevor,
It
I
was
think he's gonna be okay. I think he's gonna be
that
okay.
was definitely a mistake having him as the head coach of anybody's NFL team.
He
But
may never get another job.
they make these
No, not in the
college
NFL.
coach, yeah, but not
Yeah,
in the
not in it was
NFL. It's
not
too
in the
big.
NFL. No, no.
All right,
All
let's
right,
talk
let's get
about
it.
the AFC West: Kansas City,
Yeah,
Chargers, Vegas, and Denver.
Kansas
Let's
City,
start at the bottom. Let's start at the bottom.
Denver.
Denver.
Lord have
What
mercy.
what has happened there?
I don't understand. I'm blaming the coach. Mm,
You ain't gonna give him.
Nah,
I
I'm not doing that to Russ. I'm blaming the coach. I'm blaming the
Well, that
coach.
defensive player that came off the field yelling at, I don't know what he said. I don't know if he was trying to get him pumped up or if he was mad at him. Everybody's making speculations. I don't know what it was because Russ just seemed real calm. But it's like he
Mm-mm.
looks uncomfortable. He's not playing the way that he can. It's like, what is going on? Is he injured? Is it this? I read somewhere, I read a couple of articles, listened to, some of the talking heads say they just need to let Russ play his game versus having them play their game. I don't know if that's it or not, but
First of all, the coach is horrific. He don't manage the clock. He don't know what to do. And then Russ is over here trying. If you've watched the whole year, you've seen Russ over there trying to help players do things that they should know to do. So Russ is like, "What have I gotten myself into?" And I got over here. I thought I was going to come into a great environment. We got this new coach. You don't know what the hell he doing. Now I'm the coach, and I'm not supposed to be trying to teach players as I'm doing this. He looks completely uncomfortable. They need to fire the coach. I'm gonna throw it out there. They need to fire the coach. They need to get them a good veteran coach. They need to go back to look at some film, find out what it is that Russ does well, and they need to focus on those plays. You cannot tell me Russ done fell that far off the cliff. I don't believe it.
yeah.
I'm blaming everybody but him. It's not
Okay.
Russ's fault.
All
Mm-mm.
right.
I'm blaming
All right,
everybody
let's
but him.
go to the top and then work our way. Oh, we can work our way up. Let's work our way up in this division. Las Vegas, what do you think? You
Man,
think they recover?
I think they're gonna stay right where they are. They're not. I think they're gonna stay right where they are. They're gonna be third in the division.
Okay.
I will say that Devontae Adams is having an amazing year. I mean, he's catching everything. He's shown who he is. He's Devontae Adams. I think what is that, second, third in touchdowns this year or something. I mean, he's being Devontae Adams, but Waller's out. The team isn't complete. No different than any other team. I'm not making excuses, but Waller's been on IR for a hot minute now. Moreau is not a Waller. There's some
No.
things there. And then I watched Derek Carr, crack up and break down a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure how manly that is in the locker room. I don't know, but your quarterback crying and stuff. I don't know. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
Yeah,
I don't know, but there's no
I still
crying in
think
football.
if they would have kept if they would have kept the coach that they had last year at the end of the season, I think they would have been better off. I thought that was a horrible move to bring somebody in because this guy turned
Dude,
them around and got them
how
to
do
the
you get
playoffs with.
rid of that guy with all of the tomfoolery that was going on, and this dude managed to get you to the playoffs, and you decide, you know what, we don't need him. We don't need him. I
Right.
mean, yeah, that was dumb. So now we see what dumb look like. I hope that they rethink that. I don't
Well,
know, but they're
they're
third.
not gonna get rid of Josh McDaniels. He'll be there. He'll be
They're going to
there.
be
So
exactly where they are. They're finishing third in the division. That's where they're going to
okay.
stay. I think the Broncos are just I don't want to say tank because they already tanking, but tank more. You just
Yeah, they're
don't go
done.
for last place. They're done.
The Chargers are playing. I don't. They're not going to move up. I don't see anybody, catching the Chiefs in that division. The Chargers just been up and down. I think Herbert is playing hurt. I think he's played hurt all year.
We've already talked
I
about
watch
that.
him when they hit him and he's grimacing. So I don't know if sitting him would have helped them or let him get healthy if he would have been healthier. But I'm just not. I'm not sold
Well,
on
I
them
mean,
even doing something in the
but it's
playoffs.
not just the fact that his ribs were just destroyed. I mean, Keenan Allen was hurt for a great part of the season. You had Mike Williams was out for the great part of the season. He was dealing with Palmer, who stepped up very well. He hasn't had a full team, and I think for them to be in second place with what he's been dealing with, I think he's pulled it off pretty well. But they are not winning the division, and that's just it. I don't know, maybe Pat could fall out or something, but outside of Pat falling out, the order is going to remain the same. I'm pretty sure that if I could place a bid in Vegas right now, I would.
Yeah.
I don't see them coming up, but I do think that they are a good team, and as they get healthier, they will submit to better. You know what I mean? They'll start to pull away from the pile,
Yeah.
the
I think
rest of them, for
the
the
Chiefs got to
second
get
place in the
healthy
division.
too. The game on Sunday. I mean, they won it. I know people were making comments because I made some comments like, "Oh, they only scored, they only beat them by 16 points." Well, yeah, they should have beat them by more. I mean, you
Yeah,
got
of course.
5 times you're in the red zone, and you're the Chiefs. I don't care who's missing. They
Yeah.
normally get it together. So I'm not sure what was going on there. If it was play calling, if they were holding back plays and waiting, not sure. But we'll see. I don't doubt the Chiefs. So
I mean,
and congratulations, you got a new
that's what I was about
new
to say. For all
nephew,
I know, he could have
right?
been distracted with his, he had a baby getting ready to pop up. So it means a lot going on. He probably had some stuff on his mind, but he made some mistakes. But like I said, I'm glad he was able to own it. He knew it. He didn't play it. It was
Yep.
ugly. I think the first thing he said it was ugly, but it's a win.
Yeah.
Is a win.
As
Like
win
I
is a
said, a
win. That's
win is a
right.
win.
It's a
I know it's
W.
how Lamar feel. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm still winning. So
Yep.
let's
All right. Well, we're gonna take
what
a
we
quick
got?
break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back and talk about the NFC.
All
See
right,
you
let's
after
do
the
it.
break. All right. All right, we're back. Let's jump right into the NFC. Let's start with the NFC East, which used to be called the NFC least. And let's
Right.
start. I mean, it's tight. It's tight, right? Everybody in there is over 500.
Yeah, but I
So
mean, Philly's 10-1, and right
yeah,
now, yeah, right now, Philly's the team. I do believe Philly's gonna take a couple L's coming up, so I do think the Cowboys have a chance of
there
potentially
you.
swapping, flipping that.
Oh gosh, here
That's
we
how you
go.
feel. That's how you feel.
Go ahead. I want to hear you. I
No,
want to hear you
nah,
talk about it.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that when I'm talking about my Cowboys. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I
So
think
you
they
think
got a
they could? You
chance.
think the Cowboys will jump up?
I think they got a chance. Why not? You telling
Okay.
me Philly don't look like he can maybe lose 2 games? Of course they do.
I don't
Yeah,
think. I think with their schedule, I don't think 2 games. I think their biggest game. Well, I think they could lose 2 games. I think they could lose a
yeah,
game
they
to the
do. You think they
Giants.
can lose?
I think they could lose a game to the
You think they
Giants.
can lose to y'all? And I know they can lose to us.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
we'll
that's
see.
two.
We'll see what happens there. I still think they come out on top though. Even with the 2 losses, they'll take the division.
Mm-mm,
So you don't think so?
mm-mm.
Because of the Washington, because of the Cowboys over Washington, and the Cowboy wins. I mean, the Cowboy wins over the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna
We'll
win
see.
it. I
Okay.
think we're
You
gonna
think
pull
you'll
it
take
out.
the division?
I think we're gonna pull it out.
Okay. Yeah, Philly. I mean, Philly is gets they worry
They
me a little
vulnerable.
sometimes in the second half,
They,
but
they vulnerable.
if you look at that sideline, there's a lot of confidence over there. Even when
It
they're
is.
down or the game's going the wrong way, it's like they don't get pressed. Even with the win, I mean, excuse me, the loss to the Commandos and the Commanders, they weren't pressed. It was like we're gonna come out next week and do what we got to do. So they put it behind them. Short memories and that's it. We get them. They got them once. They got us. And make those corrections. But I'm concerned with people that run against Philly. It just seems like it takes a while. Those people are getting into the runners, the running backs are getting into their secondary. And
And
it's
guess
like
what
stop
Dallas
the
got?
run. And that's eating clock. Yeah. Yeah. On a
Got
good
that
day.
1-2
If it's a
punch.
good day. It's been working. They
Yeah,
caught
we got
on
that
to it. Let's see
1-2
if it
punch that we finally done
continues
figured
to
out.
work.
That we should have figured out
Yeah.
a long time ago. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. But
It's
um I like what let's talk about your Giants.
um
I'm not throwing them out. The
no, I'm
Giants
not
have
throwing them out
impressed
either.
me.
We gotta I don't I one thing we don't want to be at the bottom, so we gotta win. We gotta win
Y'all not
Sunday.
gonna be at the bottom. Y'all not gonna be at the bottom.
We got to beat the Commanders Sunday. I think we've had a couple of missteps there. The Detroit game got us. We played horrible. So, losing to Dallas twice,
Mm-hmm.
it's like let's regroup. So, I'm gonna stick with them because I was one of those that was like, hmm, surprised at
Mm-hmm.
where we are. So out of it, we gotta play Washington twice, we gotta play Philly twice, and we gotta play the
Mm-hmm.
Vikings. So, these next 5 games are not easy games. These are not easy games by any stretch of the imagination. So,
None whatsoever.
we can split out of those. We're looking good. We're looking good. And then let everything else. Our last game of the season is against Philly. We always have a division game at the last, so it may come down to
I'm gonna
that
need
whether we
y'all to
make
beat
it to the
them.
playoffs or
I'm gonna
not.
need y'all to beat Philly. I'm gonna need y'all to do.
Yeah,
Y'all need to pull.
yeah,
Y'all
y'all will
need to
be
do
cheering
y'all
for
part.
us.
Y'all need to do y'all part. I
Hmm.
won't be cheering for you, but you need to do your part.
If it's gonna put if it puts Dallas to win the division, you'll be cheering for us.
Okay. Ah, you right. You
Yeah.
right.
If
Yeah, you're
well,
right. You ain't shit. All right, that's okay though. Yeah, that's all
yeah,
right.
you'll be cheering
Yeah,
for it. All right, let's go to Minnesota. Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay. I'm loving what I'm seeing from
man, that's
in
Minnesota
Chicago. I'm
division.
loving what I'm seeing from Detroit. That's Minnesota's. It's
That's
Minnesota's, no
Minnesota, but
doubt.
I already gave my hot take. I already gave you my hot take on Detroit. You already know how I feel about Detroit.
And we feel the same way
They're
about
the
Detroit.
Yeah, we do. You see it. You see what I'm
Yeah.
talking
I
about.
said it
You
from the
know
beginning. I said it last year.
they got this dude in the wings waiting, and then next year, oh yeah, playoff bound. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
But
Love the
right now,
coach.
that's
Love the
Minnesota's
team.
division, and
Yeah.
that's a wrap. They what
I
5 games up or something.
Yeah, they
Where
are.
they at?
You know me. I'm not
Yeah,
sold. They're 9-2. Detroit's 4-7. They're 3-0 in the division. I just
yeah.
do not have confidence with them coming out of the playoffs and Kirk Cousins, which is
I
crazy for me to say. I know some people say, "Oh, but he got Justin Jefferson."
but
Yeah,
why?
but he's closing his eyes and all that. And if you double down on him, Kirk, I just can't. I can't wrap my arm. I need to see him do something.
You know how I feel
And
about Kirk.
everybody's like, well, he is doing something because Jefferson is
Mhm.
doing some amazing things.
He
That
ain't
dude
doing it by
snatching the ball
himself.
out of the air and all that. No, he's not, but I'm just not impressed with Cousins and them squeezing,
I like Kirk O'Thuggins.
I know you do. I know you
I
love
like
him.
him.
We'll see. We'll
I
see what
do.
happens when the playoffs are all set.
I like
Then I'll
him.
make my call on that.
I don't think
All right,
they're
let's
one and done. Let's get it.
okay. Okay. You don't think the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are, but they have been for the last 20, 35 years.
Tayete, you ain't been there at all.
You're right.
Tayete,
So,
you have not
but
even been
when
there.
we go,
Mm-hmm.
what happens? We win it all.
Okay.
We
When
win it
y'all
all
go.
when we
All
go.
right.
Yep, that's right. We ain't going unless
That
we
was
win
when
the whole
y'all had
thing.
Eli.
That
Daniel Jones is not Eli.
right. And we ain't been
Let's
in the
be
playoffs
clear.
yet, so I don't know. I don't
Eli
know.
is the first
But
ballot Hall of Famer. Daniel Jones is, well, he's
I
Daniel Jones.
that,
Okay, we're gonna leave that
I
alone.
agree. We're gonna leave it
All
alone.
right,
We ain't
let's
gonna
get it.
ain't beat them up today. Tampa Bay, Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, and New Orleans. I don't know what
Tampa
I mean.
Bay,
This is
Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans. Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady is going to look like a stud again because Atlanta was going to be the only people that could even come close to doing it because I think New Orleans is tanking because there's no other reason why they are not starting Jameis over um, Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
I don't know if they
I don't
tanking.
understand
I
what
don't
I
know
don't
what's
understand what
going
they
on
doing.
there to be quite honest with you, but I mean, you got 5-6, 5-7, 4-8, 4-8.
Why
It
are they
ain't
not
over.
playing him? The
I
fans
don't
are
know.
yelling for him. What are you seeing in Dalton?
I don't know
What is
what they're
Dalton
seeing in
doing?
Dalton. I
What is
don't know
Dalton
what's
doing?
going on
What is
there.
Dalton doing? What is Dalton done that granted, James, we know James gonna give you some interceptions, but he also gonna give you some touchdowns. He's going, but what has Dalton done that you saw that just said, "Whoa, let's bench him, let's bench James"? No, you tanking. It ain't no way in the hell you not. I don't care what anybody say. It might be a secret tank, but you tanking because Dalton hasn't done anything to me to win that starting job. And Jameis is he don't know what's going on, and he just over there just well, you're not supposed to lose your job to injury. Well, I agree. Not to
They have
that.
no
Not to
they
that.
they're not even addressing it, so nobody knows what's going on with that
Hell,
team.
hell,
Atlanta,
I
I don't
just
think
told you.
Atlanta's done.
Ticky
Yeah,
ticky
well, I
tank.
mean that's yeah. If you, I don't know if it's tanking.
They trying to get a
That's your
draft pick.
opinion. Okay. I mean,
It's hell, it don't make no sense.
what, a
I don't play.
quarterback? You think they're
I
trying to get a
don't put.
quarterback?
I don't know
You
what they
think they're
trying
trying
to
to
do.
get okay?
I think trying to get a pick. I don't know which pick it is, but I know one thing. I don't put my starter on the bench and put his backup in and pretend he a starter. Why the damn starter sitting right there healthy as hell. I know I don't do that, and I know that all the fans. I'm not a Saints fan, but I follow Twitter. I go and every Saint fan is yelling for him. I mean, and generally, that's what happens. The fans want to see like I said, the backup is the best until you get in the game. Now all of a sudden they're like, bring him back, bring him back, bring him back," and now we not bringing him back, and we don't have any explanation as to why we not bringing him back. Man, you tanking, dude. I
Okay.
don't know what they doing, but they losing. They gonna lose. So it might as well tank. Might as well just pull everybody out. I mean, Thomas is on IR. I mean, he had his surgery, so maybe they just
He's
don't
been
feel
on
like they have a
IR for the last
chance.
2 years. I
Well,
don't even
he had
consider
surgery,
he's
so
not even
maybe
on it.
they just feel like they don't have a chance to win. I don't know, but it looks bad.
Okay.
What you
Tampa
got?
Bay and Atlanta. I'm looking at those two. I don't think Atlanta's
Uh,
done. They're just an iffy team, but I don't think they're done. Um, I
Cordell's
thought
good.
they could have beat them. Yeah, they got some
Hmm.
good. Well, he's hurt now. They're tight end, but Carolina's just there. They
Pitts,
could mess up anybody's season. But Kyle Pitts, yeah, he's hurt.
he's on
But
our.
Atlanta should have won on Sunday. So
Hmm.
it was. I don't understand that either. Three
Hmm.
timeouts, and you at the what 3-4 yard line and you pass the ball. It's like who is calling these plays? I'm gonna tell you some questionable coaches. We can talk about that later, but some
Oh,
guys out there, I'm like, how did you get?
we need a whole segment on
Because
coaches
Cliff
that
is
need to
in
be getting
there,
up
the
out
Atlanta
there.
coach is in there, the Cardinals coach is in there. It's a couple of coaches in there. It's like, what are y'all doing? And I know we're sitting on the couch and it's not even second guessing what they did. I'm thinking in my mind, when
When
I'm
we
watching that
calling
game,
it
you're
out,
gonna call in a run play,
we
and then
calling
you calling a
plays as we
passing play.
go.
I flash back to the Seattle New
Don't
England
do it.
Super Bowl. It was like,
Don't do it. Don't do
that's the
that.
play you're gonna call with Cordell Patterson. That's the play you're gonna call. Now I'm not saying that he's no Marshawn
He
because
ain't
he's not,
Marshawn Lynch, but
but
still, you still
the
he's
dude
but
can run. And you got three
and
timeouts.
he's shown that he can get it done. So I'm at
Yeah.
least gonna give him a shot.
I'm gonna
Like
give him two.
I don't understand what's going on. I
I
don't
got
get it.
two timeouts. Three timeouts. I'm gonna give him two shots on the 3-4 yard line
Absolutely,
to get it in.
absolutely.
It was
I'm
just
just
insane to watch. And
But you know
so
what? We need to do a whole show on who getting up out of here because
we
these
can talk
coaches
about that.
just
We can
getting
talk about that next
yeah,
week because some coaches,
yeah.
they're on that hot seat. They know they're on the
I
hot
feel
seat.
like it's gonna be some coaches we can't talk about next week because they're gonna be gone at the rate
Maybe
they at. Yeah,
at the rate they're going, maybe.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that
But
next week.
so we got Tampa Bay winning that division.
Yes,
Let's jump down to the NFC West. San Francisco, Seattle, Arizona, and the Rams. Rams done.
I love
I'm
San
just gonna say that.
Francisco and Seattle. I love that. I love San Francisco. I think San Francisco is gonna win. They are Garoppolo's getting it done. Those guys love Garoppolo. I don't care what nobody say. Garoppolo does enough. They seem to be catching speed. Kittle's George is back. Brandon Ayuk is playing. He's getting it done. You know, obviously I love
That
Mr. Debo
McCaffrey pickup.
Samuel. McCaffrey is then let some of that pressure off of Debo so Debo can do Debo and then do some little running here and there. I think they're the most complete team in that division, and I think they're gonna come out
Okay.
on there. But I do love Gino.
Yeah.
I
So
do
I was
think
gonna say
Gino's gonna.
you're gonna think Seattle. You don't think they're gonna give him a run
Oh no, I think they're
down the
gonna give him a run. But
stretch?
I
You
think they're gonna
have
give him a
them
run. I
coming
just
out.
think that they're the most complete team, and
Yeah, they're 4-0 in that division.
as long
Yeah.
as they can stay healthy, I think that Trey Lance is he
Yeah, they're
probably
four
won't
zero
want
in
to
the
see that.
division. I see them winning the division. I see Seattle
Hmm.
there. The last couple of
Yeah.
games in Seattle, I'm like, ooh, what's going on? So just have to make
Hey,
some
they'll
readjustments.
bounce back.
Yeah,
They'll adjust. They were on a hot streak and they then temper down a little bit, but people caught up with them a little bit, but they'll get back at it. They'll come up with something because they
Arizona,
definitely got the recipe. I don't know what's going on
Arizona.
now.
You know what I've said about Arizona and what I've said about Kyler Murray, and there's some more stuff coming out today that he's not that leader, he's not that team guy. Because every time something goes wrong, he's like, go sit by himself and like he sulks. It's like, dude, get with your guys and see what's going on. You see him arguing with the coach, arguing with players telling him, receivers like, dude, I'm open, you can't see me. And you know what my response to that is? No,
Nope,
he can't
he
see you.
can't see you. Exactly. I know. I already know what you're gonna say. No, he can't see you.
He can't
But
see you.
he's got too many weapons on that
It-
team. I mean, whether
and
they're
that's and
utilizing
that's why he's
Robbie
not playing
Anderson
well.
at all, I
Oh,
don't know. I'm saying I'm saying I agree with you. There's something wrong in the home front because we're talking about Robbie Anderson is a solid player. The fact that they haven't some kind of way brought him into that team better, got him more involved in that team. I don't know what you trade for him. I don't what you get him for. I don't understand that. I know Robbie Anderson is a great deep threat, and with the right, but you got AJ Green, you got it's too many good weapons. Hopkins, um the slot guy, help me out, Rondell.
yeah.
It's too
They
it's
did
that you
lose
got
that.
Con.
They Zach Ertz. That was a hit to
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I think
yeah. Of
with him,
course
but
it is.
I think it comes back on the coach. I don't think he has any control over that team. People are arguing, they're yelling, and it's not like you
It's
don't
in
see that with.
disarray over there. It looks. It
Yeah,
looks.
you
It
see
looks.
other
It
coaches.
looks.
They ain't gonna let that. Like you take a Mike Tomlin.
Oh
Ain't
hell
nobody
no.
getting in Mike Tomlin's face because where
Mm-mm.
you going? You going straight to the locker room.
Man, Mike Tomlin don't play them games like that.
No, it's
I
not
don't know.
gonna
I
happen.
think
So
Cliff is probably caught off guard because you're talking about a bunch of young, some young players, and they're losing. They feel like they got the team. They don't know what's going on, and it looks chaotic over there. But I do think that they do have the pieces in place. They just need to. I don't know. They need to do something different. I don't know what they need to do. It doesn't make any sense because
he's
even on defense.
he's
I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
no,
Why
he's
is it
not
that
that
bad
coach.
over
He
there?
came straight from. This is a guy that came straight from college,
He
right? We
failed
talked
up.
about Urban Meyer, earlier, and right, he failed up. He did.
He
Urban
failed
Meyer
up.
did well in at the college level at least when you brought him up, but you brought a guy up. What was Cliff winning?
He got
And then
fired.
you bring him to this team, right? What was he winning? So you brought a coach that got fired up to coach your team.
But I think what Cliff kind of brought to the game was that he had been Johnny Manziel. He'd gotten a lot out of him in college. He was Pat's coach.
In
He
college.
got he got something out of him. So I think the logic behind getting him is that he brings a lot of out of a young quarterback. He can influence those guys. He's sort of a quarterback whisperer. I don't know if problem is he very well may be, but Kyler is not listening. He didn't put some
No.
plugs up in his ears or
And
something.
you get the players that he got, and for the record that he has, it just makes no sense. Because I felt more comfortable watching them. Colt McCoy looked more comfortable
He
watching
sure
them
did.
playing than Kyler Murray does with all that running
But
around and
then
he can't
again,
find
Colt.
anybody.
But then again, Colt McCoy might be actually studying the playbook.
And so,
There,
yeah,
there's
Call
that.
of Duty or the playbook. All right.
Yeah.
So we done beat that one to death too, right? So we got San Francisco coming out of there. Let's go ahead and do some closing thoughts. So we mentioned it earlier. We alluded to it earlier. We have Deshaun Watson returning this week, and he's scheduled to return on Sunday against his former team, the Houston Texans. What do you think?
I mean, from what I've read, it looks like Deshaun has been, ideal in the locker room. He came back. He's done everything that they've asked him to do. He is in great shape. Apparently, he did not let his conditioning go down while he was out. I don't know what we're gonna get, but I expect to. I know the talent level that he had when he was playing before. I don't expect him to come right in and jump right back on the horse, but a game or two in, I think we're going to get Deshaun Watson back. Now, I read a lot of stuff online about these fans, and I never seen so
Yeah, I'm
much
not.
hate on a person. But as far as I'm concerned, the man has done what he needed to do. I expect to see him get out there. I wish nothing but the best for him. To get out there and play. But hey, I'm a Cowboy fan. Not a
So
Browns
my
fan.
thing is,
I
yeah, I
don't
think
really
he's in
care.
great shape. I think maybe
I
you
don't really care.
with the game that Jacoby Brissett had, he had a great game. Pulled it
Hmm.
off, beat Tampa. I would let Jacoby Brissett start that game. and for two reasons. One, he deserves that after the win that he got. Number two, take away from some of the drama that you're gonna have in Texas. I mean, that lawyer is taking people to the game. Some of the
Oh
women, they said
Lord,
10 of the
I
women are going to the game. I don't
unnecessary
know why.
roughness. I didn't
Yeah, I
even
don't
know
know why
that.
you would want to go to a game. Yeah, this is all over social media. Why would you want to go to a game to watch the dude play that sexually assaulted, that you accused of sexually assaulting you? Makes no sense. So it's like drama, drama, drama. That ain't the game for me, for him to come back. If I'm a coach, if I'm an organization, I'm thinking
Well,
about
he's
it and
coming
having a
back in
conversation with
Houston.
him.
Obviously, he's coming
That's what
back
I'm
to
talking about.
Houston. Yeah,
And that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying. I
saying.
don't know if
That's
that's a
the
game for
game.
him to come back. Even though he's available to play, do you put him on the field? Do you
Well,
put
I
him on
agree.
the field for that game with all
I
that in his
wouldn't
head?
have. I wouldn't have
Okay.
chosen that game. I would have said, you know what, Jacoby, when you lose, we'll plug him in. But I definitely wouldn't have plugged him in that Houston game. It's gonna be, and I'm gonna,
It's a
and
circus.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be it's gonna be crazy in that game, and I feel bad. They're gonna boo him. Oh, he gonna get booed all up out of that. I
That's
mean,
what I
they're
was
gonna
saying. They
boo
still
him.
have the
It's
opportunity
gonna
to.
be ugly. But then no, they've already made their decision. Jacoby's on the bench, and Jacoby even talked about it. He said, "I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I signed up for." So he's even come to
No,
terms with the fact that
no, I know what they've
you know
stated. I just thinking that it's not a good organizational decision to put him out
neither
there with that,
neither was
all that
giving
going on. You
DeAndre
know,
Hopkins away for a ham sandwich. I mean, they've
no,
been
that has
doing
nothing to
jack,
do with
but I'm
Houston.
saying they've been
Houston's
doing
not
bad
making this
stuff in the
decision. I'm not
organization.
talking about Houston. I'm talking about Cleveland putting Deshaun Watson out there to play. Houston has
Oh hell,
nothing to do with
that's
that.
bad. Oh,
I'm just
that's
talking
bad.
about, yeah, I'm talking about them putting him out there to play in this game. Just think it's a poor decision, but we'll see
Hell
what
yeah, it's a
happens.
poor
All the
decision.
eyes are going to
I
be
don't
on
want to I
that.
really don't want to see it, to be honest with you. I don't want to see that. I think I'm hoping that they change their mind at the last minute and they let Jacoby
Yeah,
play.
that's what I'm
I
hoping
don't
for.
think it's going to happen, but I am hoping that they do that because I think it's going to be flat out brutal. I feel like you let that slide by and you wait
Yeah,
to the
you're going to have a
following
circus.
year
It's not
and
even going to be
then
focused
yeah, don't
on the game. There's no focus on the game. The focus is on him. The cameras are going to be on him, what he's doing. Even if he's on the sidelines, the cameras are going to be on him, and he's got to deal with
oh
that, what people are saying, whether they love him, they hate him, or whatever. But we'll see what happens. Tune in on Sunday and see what happens.
oh
All right,
yeah, yeah.
so um
And I
I
didn't
don't know
hear
if
you
you have
earlier when you
any.
said that. I couldn't hear you good. You said, do
Okay,
I have what?
any closing thoughts? I have some closing thoughts. I think ours are mutual closing thoughts, but
I'm gonna let you talk about it because you and I've discussed it,
okay.
and man,
Yeah, and we've been, it's probably repetitive for some folks, but we're still talking about, praying for the return of Brittany Griner, praying for the former Marine Paul Whelan.
mm-hmm,
He's been detained since 2018.
18.
And just been following a couple stories. I saw Don Staley and
Mm,
Tara Vanderveer, the coach of Stanford and the head coach for South Carolina, when they played, they had on Brittany Griner's shirts with her face on them. And I started looking up some stuff, and the people that are making those, and we're going to put this all on our page. They're collecting money to support these families and to support the foundations that are working to get folks home. There's a mural. We're going to put the pictures up there too in Georgetown with the faces of all 18 detained Americans. As
mm-hmm.
unfortunate as it is, Brittany Griner's arrest and her detainment has brought more awareness to this situation and to the detainees. So, as I said, as unfortunate as it is, there's something there that people are paying attention. There are people that have made statements and say, I didn't even know we had people detained in other countries.
18.
So yes, hate that she's over there, hate that anybody's over there. And there's some organizations, I'll put their names in our page too, that you can go and follow them and support them in any way you can. So as always, praying for her and praying for all of their safe returns.
I really
Um,
am. I heard that she was in a really tough prison. I think they got her working like 16 hours a day or something insane like that. I'm just hoping that she can stay mentally strong. You know what I mean? Waylon's a soldier. I'm hoping
a
that
Marine,
being
he's a
yeah,
Marine.
and the Marine. Excuse me, I did not mean to disrespect the Marine Corps. He's a Marine, and everybody knows that the Marines are mentally strong individuals, and I'm hoping that he's able to rely on that strength that from his training. But yeah. They all need prayers. They all need us to continue to put some pressure to try to get these guys back. And yeah, that man.
But I thought that was great, whoever came up with that idea. And like I said, I'll post the links to the articles, the photos, and everything. But in Georgetown, they have a mural with all of their pictures, their black and white
Yeah.
pictures, and not pictures, but yeah, a mural
Yeah,
with them.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
it's beautiful. I've just seen pictures. I haven't gone down to Georgetown. If I get a chance to go down there, I'm gonna go down there. I want to go down there now and take some pictures and look at that and see that for myself.
Please do,
But
because you right there, Linda.
yeah,
Yeah, you know,
I'm
you're right up
gonna
the street.
I'm gonna shoot down there one day. I got to find out the exact address, so not sure where it is, but I'll check it out. But
Okay.
hey, so what do you tell them, Tanisha?
Hey, if we're talking about it, you need to hear about it, and always
Be kind and be blessed. It's free. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.